So let's do this as a as an example in imperial units. Let's say Jack is 72 inches tall. What is his height in feet? So our conversion factor that we have is per foot. There's 12 inches per foot. So 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. Sorry, did not show the answer right now. That was a lie. So with this information, whatever unit you're starting with and whatever unit you're ending with, you do need to know the conversion factor. By know, I mean you would probably look it up. Like knowing how many feet are in a mile is not very common knowledge, so you would have to look it up if you're converting from feet to miles. But in this case, a lot of you would know there's 1 foot, or there's 12 inches in 1 foot, or 1 foot in 12 inches. So for our example here, let's set up our equation. What do we know? Or what are we converting? We have 72 inches, and then we're just going to set up our equation. We want our answer in feet. So since we want our answer in feet, our final answer in feet, we know feet has to go in the numerator since it ends up in the numerator in our answer. And then what unit do we want to cancel out? We want to cancel out inches. So how do we cancel out inches? We're going to divide by inches. So now that we know where our units go, we could use our conversion factor of 1 foot. Oh my gosh, equals 12 inches. I know the writing is pretty crazy, but I think it's readable. If not, there's all you'll see this throughout the year. If whenever I do example on the board is not very readable, I always show the answer written out in a nice way after, just so we're all on the same page. But like I said, we know where our units go. We just need to match up the numbers now. So in 1 foot, there's 12 inches. So it's, this is our conversion factor that we're going to work with. We cancel out our inches. Then we just do our math. 72 times 1 is 72. And then we have 72 divided by 12. That will be 6 feet. So our conversion factor here, let me actually go back a bit so it's not all crossed out. Our conversion factor here is actually equal to 1 because 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. Whenever you divide something by itself, this will be equal to 1. One way that I've seen this taught before is people like I've seen this taught to elementary schoolers before, and I think actually not elementary, I mean middle school. It was taught in a very weird way. People would write a huge 1 right here, and then they'd fill in the fraction. I don't like doing that because well, I didn't like doing that when I did it because my writing is always messy, so it just makes it look very bad. But I'm pretty sure all of you guys, that all 160 students I have better handwriting than I do. So maybe if you like to write a 1 here to remind yourself the conversion factor equals 1, you can as well. But if not, you could just, remember that and write it in. So like I said, you could do this math equals 6 feet. Very simple because we're just changing 1 unit to 1 unit. But it does get a little more complicated. Not in that it's you have more steps, you just have more of the same step. So here it is written nicely. Like I said, you start with the measurement that you're changing the unit for. So 72 inches. We want to change it to feet. So we want feet in our numerator here. 72 inches times 1 foot over 12 inches, since it's 12 inches per foot. This is our conversion factor, equals 6 feet.